I didn't notice the message right away. It arrived just before 8 on a Tuesday morning while I was sorting invoices at work. My phone buzzed twice, then 3 more times. I assumed it was another family group chat about birthdays or weekend plans. Instead, I found a single message that had already been copied into 3 different conversations. "We need space from you. Please don't reach out anymore." At all. There wasn't a signature, but there didn't need to be. My mother had written it. My brother had replied with a thumbs up. My aunt had echoed, "This is best for everyone." I read it several times before locking my phone. For years I had been the dependable one, not because I wanted praise but because it seemed easier than watching someone else struggle. When my mother retired earlier than expected, I quietly covered part of her rent. When my brother's hours were cut, I arranged an automatic transfer every month. My aunt never asked directly, but groceries kept appearing at her door after she hinted things were tight. None of it came with speeches. I never wanted anyone to feel indebted. That morning, though, I wondered if my help had become so ordinary that nobody remembered where it came from. By lunch, my uncle called. "I thought you should know," he said carefully. "I'm over at your mom's place helping them pack a few things. They're serious about creating distance." He sounded uncomfortable, as though he expected me to argue. Instead, I thanked him for telling me. When I hung up, I opened the family message one last time. Then I replied with exactly one sentence. "Of course, I'll cancel my direct deposits first thing." I set the phone face down and went back to work, not because I was angry, because there wasn't anything else worth saying. The following morning, before my office opened, I logged into my banking account. Every recurring transfer had a familiar label: rent assistance, monthly support, emergency fund, insurance reimbursement. I clicked through each one slowly, reading every confirmation screen before selecting *cancel. The bank required an additional verification. I entered the code they texted. Another confirmation appeared. Recurring payments successfully canceled. That was it. No dramatic music, no satisfying speech, just ordinary administrative paperwork, completing exactly what my family had requested. Distance. Late that afternoon, my uncle stopped by my apartment. He stood awkwardly near the doorway. "I don't think they expected," he began. "They expected what? The money to stop." I nodded. "They asked for no contact." "I knowda. They asked for no contact." "I know." "They're surprised." "So am I." He looked at me for a long moment before sitting down. "I've been thinking about something," he admitted. "I don't think they realized how many things you were quietly covering." Neither had I. Not until I saw every automatic transfer listed together on one screen. Helping had become routine, invisible. By evening, my phone began vibrating again. This time, the messages weren't coordinated. My brother asked whether something had happened with the bank. My aunt wondered if a payment had failed. My mother simply wrote, "Can we talk?" I stared at the notifications without opening them. Not to punish anyone. I just remembered the wording they had chosen. "Please don't reach out anymore, at all." For the first time in years, I decided to respect their boundary exactly as they had written it. 3 days later, another message arrived. This one was longer. It spoke about misunderstandings, emotions running high, family stress, and how perhaps everyone had reacted too quickly. There wasn't a single mention of money. Not directly. But it didn't have to be. I finally answered. "I hope everyone is doing well. I meant what I said. I respected your request for space, and I think it's healthiest if we continue honoring it for now. I truly wish you the best." I read it twice before pressing send. It wasn't revenge. It wasn't forgiveness either. Just consistency. Weeks passed. Life became noticeably quieter. Without the constant requests, reminders, and emergencies, my evenings felt strangely unfamiliar. I cooked dinner without checking whether someone else needed groceries. I looked at my budget and realized I had room to rebuild my own savings for the first time in years. That discovery didn't make me happy. It made me thoughtful. Had I been supporting my family? Or had I been protecting everyone, including myself, from difficult conversations? Generosity can solve problems. Sometimes it also postpones them. A month later, I saw my uncle at a neighborhood cafe. He smiled when he noticed me. "They're figuring things out," he said. "I hope they do. So are you." I looked through the window at people hurrying past with grocery bags, coffee cups, and ordinary worries. "I think I am." He nodded, as though that answer was enough. We didn't discuss who had been right. Families rarely offer verdicts that clean. Sometimes they simply reveal what was already true beneath years of habit. Mine had asked for distance. I gave it to them, along with everything that distance honestly meant. There was no celebration waiting on the other side, only a quieter life built on boundaries that finally matched reality. And for the first time in a long while, that felt less like losing a family and more like finding myself.